We're live in Zoomer Hall with our special guest, Loreena McKennitt. So what's a murder ballad?
Well, I will tell you that in a second, but I want to take this opportunity to introduce, if I may, I don't know if this was in the script, but I would like to take the opportunity to introduce my colleagues, Brian Hughes and Hugh Marsh, whom I've worked with for decades.
You seem to get along really well.
We do.
And you must when you travel so many, and you go everywhere.
Yes.
So back to the murder ballad.
Well, I mean, there were, various kinds of mythology and folklore that would come into songs, and, they'd be flirting with people dying and coming back as a swan, coming back as a tree, is something, reincarnation. And so this is definitely one of those songs that goes through many incarnations, because this young woman goes to a swan and into a harp, and then she sees the sister that did her out.
It's a beautiful piece of music. Now, you're internationally renowned for your performances, for your recordings, but also your philanthropy. What's your latest project? Because there's always something on the go.
Well, I have to say what's preoccupying me at this time, I don't have a formal mechanism for it, but it is actually addressing some of the unintended consequences of technology, particularly communications kind of technology. So it's trying to find what's the best to use in the best way, and particularly with respect to children and child development. I find we're about 15 years into computers in schools and tablets and at home and so on. So it's been a very interesting 5 years that I've been spending studying this particular subject, and we've launched a modest project on our website at the Family Centre called the Stolen Child Project, which talks about some of this.
You've also announced that Facebook won't be part of your going forward.
Yes. I mean, particularly after watching the Cambridge Analytica event this spring, having fought and won a landmark privacy case in the UK about a decade ago. But also, I think as a citizen, I'm very concerned about our democracies. And I think, again, a lot of this technology has come into our lives before we've understood the consequences, or if for the regulators and the legislators to have a fair chance to position it so it rests well for the common good in the long run.
Let's go back to the CD, Lost Souls. Where did that title come from?
Well, it came from a book that I read of Ronald Wright's. It's called A Short History of Progress. And he has examined civilizations as one might examine the black boxes of aircraft that have gone down. And it's his view that perhaps as a species we've gotten ourselves into progress traps. And it's a fascinating little book. He cites actually the evolution of armaments as a progress trap, the denuding of the landscape of trees, of course, and then I think maybe we might be in a progress track with respect to technology. But he points out that around the turn of the Industrial Revolution, we became more preoccupied with technical progress and less about moral progress. And I think the two have to go hand in hand.
Can't wait to hear this title track. It's called Lost Souls, from the new CD, Lost Souls. Once again from Zoomer Hall, here is Loreena McKennitt. We have just enjoyed a wonderful hour with the amazingly talented Loreena McKennitt. Thank you so much for being here today.
My pleasure. My absolute pleasure.
How about another round of applause for all of these great performers? It certainly has been a treat. And our program today has been brought to you by Healthy Planet. Live life healthy. I'm Bill Anderson, and we'll see you next time in Zoomer Hall.